All right. Shalom, shalom. Giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash, Kankan. I'm here with the brother Montezal and Tazayah. He just stepped out, but this is Great Millstone, Indiana. All right, coming to you through the strength and the power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. All right, in truth and sincerity. But before we start the video, we want to give all double honors to the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone who rule well and worthy to be accounted double honors for teaching us this truth. All right, and peace and salutations to all you Akim out there preaching this truth throughout the four corners of the earth with truth and sincerity in your hearts. All right, and for the love of the gospel. All right, just getting straight into it. We were just meditating in the spirit, so we thought we'd do a lesson, man. This is 2nd Ezra, chapter 16, verse 21. It says, "Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon the earth, that they think themselves to be in good case. And even then shall evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion." Hey, and that's what's happening, man, because we were talking about how gas is really cheap now. We went from gas in the summertime, just the same very year, gas in the summertime reaching $3, $3.05, $3.05 for a gallon of gas. Now, 6 months later, gas has dropped back down a whole $1.05 lower, man. It's now $1.99 a gallon. All right, $1.99, $2.05 a gallon. And that and the word victuals goes into supplies, things that you need to sustain life. So gas will be a victual, clothes, food. Those things will be victual. So all of those things are good, cheap upon the earth because you can skip the person going, you can skip the middleman, basically, so to speak. You can buy straight from the supplier. You got all these Amazons and all of these, the Lord said, I will shorten those days. So I'm sorry. I'm mixing the scripture.
It's in Matthew.
Yeah. It says, except those days be shortened for the elect's sake. That's what it is.
It's in Matthew 24, I think 22.
Yeah, it says it says there should be no flesh saved except you got it.
This is Matthew 24 verse 22. He says, and except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake.
But for the elect's sake, man, there should be no flesh saved, but for the elect's sake. And those days are being shortened through this technology that the white man is possessed. All right, through the technology, he is allowing everything to be faster, right on the spot. You don't have to wait. You don't have to be patient for anything anymore.
Right, and you know what? And the funny part about it, the days are being shortened. Though the Lord through the Spirit, He's shortening up these days, man. Because here it is right now. It was just like 2018. It's gone now. In about a week from now, and it's that week gonna be seeming like it's only been 2 days. I don't know if you've been paying attention how quick time has been really just going.
Yeah, man.
Through the Spirit, it's been going so fast, man. Hey, man, like the Lord said, man, the summertime is near. And He said, matter of fact, I'm gonna get that too real quick. And we in those days, right now, man, when this is almost done, man. A lot of these people, man, ain't paying attention to the signs and the times, man, or the seasons, spiritually. Hold on, Salakia. Matter of fact, this is Matthew 24:32. He says, now learn the parable of the fig tree. He says, when his branch is yet tender, and put it forth leaves, ye know that summer is nigh. He says, so likewise ye, when ye shall see all these things, know that it is near, even at the doors.
Yep.
And basically, right now, he's talking about prophecy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The different things, like the RFID chip. You know what I'm saying? That is the hot topic. You know what I'm saying? Because the RFID chip is here right now, man. It's here right now. And we coming into a time where, there's going to be a cashless society. This is a cashless society. Is going to become, cashless soon, man. And that's the time of the summertime, man. That means that the end is here, man.
Yeah, the plays draw near.
Right, the time of Jacob's trouble, the hour of temptation.
You
know what I'm saying? What's going to happen? Famine, pestilence.
That's what it say, and it's in the scripture. It says, "Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon the earth that they think themselves to be in good case. Even then shall evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. And though you see those things growing, because these people think themselves to be in good case, they think because victuals are good cheap upon the earth that the earth is doing well. All right, now that may be the case back then, but as of now, the government used that the so-called white man, I'll say, use that as a tactic to disguise the people into confusion. All right, it says that shall grow. It says, for the earth shall be slakia. Mm-hmm. It says, even then shall evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. The sword represents death.
Yep.
Famine represents shortage of food. All right. And great confusion, which means people are confused because they're being misled. You know. It says, for many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. And that's the destruction, man. That's the death.
That's right, God.
Because there is going to be a famine, man. There's going to be a famine of the word from hearing these wholesome words, and there's going to be a famine of food, all right, because of the hyperinflation that's going to be in America. And when the brother was talking about the prophecies drawing nigh, that's a prophecy, influx of people robbing each other for the want of goods thereof. And it says that in 2 Ezra the 15th chapter. It says neighbors spoiling each other for the want of food. You know. Did you have something?
No. Go ahead. Keep on going. I'm looking for something real quick.
I'm gonna get the 2 Ezra 15. I'm gonna jump down to sedition among men.
Actually, that's exactly what I was looking for.
Really?
That's the spirit.
Look. There you go.
It's the spirit, bro.
Yeah, kind of 2 Ezra 15. Or I started 14. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. It says, and there shall be a sedition among men. So these people are fighting each other, man. Because it says, I said there's going to be an influx of people wanting food. This is because of the famine. All right, it's going to go into it. It says there should be a sedition among men. A sedition means an uprising. It says, and invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. You know, they're not going to regard your kings or princes, man.
Right, Khan. They're not going to regard the law. Nope. You know what I'm saying? The police ain't going to be able to stop them. Militaries ain't going to be able to stop them. Why? Because people going to be out here hungry, man. They're going to be out here hungry, and they're going to be trying to survive, man, during these times of the famine. And what's going to make that, man, happen, man? Jacob's trouble. You know, RFID chip. Some Jakes ain't going to take it, man. Some people ain't going to take it because they've heard it in the churches, even though they not in the know, that if they take that chip, you know what I'm saying, that they not going to make it into the kingdom. You know, even heathens, so-called white people ain't going to take that chip, man. You know, so it's going to be all kinds of pandemonium out here in these streets, man. People going to be out here hungry, man. Trying to survive, trying to find a way to survive. They're not going to care about no police. Matter of fact, the police ain't even going to care, man. Because they're going to be trying to survive. They got to go out. They're going to have to go home and protect their mother. Or their wives, or their children.
Shows you that in the movie
World War Z?
Yep, World War Z. The police officer, he dropped the gun and held his hands up. The police officer ran right past him to grab his infamil, man. That shows you he was in uniform. It shows you he just got off duty.
That's right.
He just got off duty and he grabbed some infamil for some food for his baby.
That's right, man. And these people, they ain't gonna know what to do, man. They're gonna be out here. It's gonna be all types of chaos out here in these streets, man. You know, women gonna be getting raped. You know, men gonna be getting put to death. Houses gonna be getting raided. People gonna be looking for food. Stores gonna be raided and ramshacked.
And all of these things you're saying are illegal.
Yep.
So that's what it means when it said, they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their own actions shall stand in their power. It says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. You know?
Khan.
That's that martial law.
That martial law. Because there's going to be all types of checkpoints.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Everywhere.
If you ain't got no chip, it's shoot on sight.
It's shoot on sight, man. So you're going to be doing what? Living in the wilderness.
That's right.
You're going to have to learn you're going to have to be able to know how to hunt for yourself. You know, and guess what else is going to be out there in the wilderness with you?
Other things that's hunting.
Wild animals like lions and tigers, coyotes.
They hunt packs.
Cause I'm telling you, them zoo animals gonna break up out the zoo.
Hell yeah.
You know,
Lord might open the gates like He did for Peter. You know, He might open the gates on them animals just to appease the wrath, just to appease His wrath.
That's right.
You know. Hey, it says that in the Apocrypha. It says the teeth of wild beasts to appease the wrath of those of Him that made them. All right. It says a man. Oh, okay. Verse 18 says, "For because of their pride, and the cities shall be troubled, houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods,
right,
because of but it's the kicker, because of the lack of bread thereof, for a great tribulation." That's the day of Jacob's trouble that we were just mentioning to you, man. It says because of the men, your neighbor are going to do all of these things to you because of the lack of bread thereof. Because when people are starving, it's one thing when you yourself are starving, but when your family is starving, when your wife is starving, when your kids are starving, then it causes people to do things that they don't want to do.
Like eat each other. You know, because that's going to happen too. You're going to have people doing cannibalism. Yep. You know, they're going to be eating their own children. You know, the scriptures say so, man.
It does.
You know, that's how bad it's going to get here, man.
I think that's Lamentations 5. Yep. I get that.
This is going back to that second Ezra 16 when you had pulled earlier. It says, so this is 16 and
Second Ezra?
Yeah, second Ezra is 16 27. He says, so that one man shall desire to see one another and to hear his voice. For a city shall be 10 left, and 2 of the field which shall hide themselves in the thick groves and in the clefts of the rocks, as in an orchard. It's like an orchard of olives. Upon every tree there are left 3 or 4 olives. It's gonna be bad out here, man. It's
gonna be bad, man.
Look, man, you're gonna be out here by yourself, man. You know, you're gonna be trying to look for somebody, man. You know, just like in that movie. What's that movie? I Am Legend.
I Am Legend, yeah.
Like Will Smith.
Yeah, he was talking to mannequins and
shit. He was talking to mannequins, man. He was desiring to see other people, man. But he couldn't.
Yep.
And it's going to be like that, man. You're going to have to fend for yourself, man. You're going to have to be out here, man, trying to survive. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah. Hey, one more thing about that day. Like the brother said, you're going to have to learn how to hunt for yourself. And for those people that can't do that, they're going to be eating the children. Because, you know, in the cartoons, when you're so hungry, you fantasize that the person next to you is a hot dog. And that's another reason why people going to be alone, man. Because say a mother do run away with her 2 or 3 kids, you know. And then she's hungry to the point of death. And her being just like her father Esau, the devil, she gonna say, I'm famished to the point of death. I need something to eat right now. You know, her child that's barely making it, and she don't want to carry him no more. She gonna eat him. And she gonna feed him to the rest of her children. You know, because it's prophesied. And
or she gonna be wicked and eat it all to herself, and then kill all of them too and eat their ass too.
Yep.
That's gonna be in her wicked mind, man.
It keeps going. In those days, 3 more left. It keeps going. It says, 2nd Ezra 16 and 30.
Oh, actually, you can finish. I'll read it to you. You can break it down. This is 28. He says, for of a city there shall be 10 left, and 2 of the field, which shall hide themselves in the thick groves and in the cliffs of the rock.
You see that in the movie Rosewood, man. When Rosewood got destroyed, the citizens of the city that was fleeing, they hid in the groves, in the thick rocks, and in the thickets. All right.
He says, as in an orchard of olives, upon every tree there are left 3 or 4 olives, or as when a vineyard is gathered, there are left some clusters of them that diligently seek through the vineyard.
And this is the same parable. This is the same parable that is This is the same parable. This is the same. Hey, could you get I get it.
I'll get it for you, bro. Tell me.
Isaiah 24.
Con, I got you.
And go jump to 9. Because it says, like on an olive tree, it would be 3 or 4 left on the olive, and this is after the vintage. Vintage is when you gather olives. All right, when olives grow to the point of harvest and you gather them, that's called a vintage. And it said in Isaiah 24, Yeah, that's it. It's a crying for wine. Go start at the city of confusion is broken down. There it is. 10. You can start at 10.
Con, this is Isaiah 24:10. He said the city of confusion is broken down.
And that city of confusion is Babylon. All right, when you go into the word Babylon, it means confusion.
Con, yep. He says every house is shut up.
That's the famine we're talking about, man. That's the point that we're talking about when you see all the apocalypto movies. All right, and they boarding up houses so they don't want nobody entering. And it just said that neighbor shall invade neighbor by the lack of bread thereof. That's what it's talking about. Every house is shut up that no man may what?
That no man may come in.
Yep. There
is a crying for wine in the streets.
And that wine is talking about true doctrine. That's talking about the Lord's doctrine that only the prophets got. And the prophets not going to be out on the streets forever, man. That's that crying for wine. They're going to be crying for answers, but they're not going to find them.
Right, Khan, that's right. He says,
you keep going.
He says, all joy is darkened. Mm-hmm. The mirth of the land is gone.
Mirth is foolishness. All right. Keep going.
He says, in the city is left desolation. And also that mirth is talking about like happiness, joy, you know, all of that's going to be gone, man. You ain't going to have nothing to look forward to, man.
Yeah.
You know, all that's going to be gone, man. Mirth of the land is gone. Laughter, joy, all of that. He says, in the city of left, it's like in the city is left desolation. And the gate is smitten with destruction.
That's right.
He says, when thus it shall be in the midst of the land among the people, there shall be as the shaking of an olive tree.
It says, when there is left of the people, it says, read that again.
Khan. He says, when thus it shall be in the midst of the land among the people.
When there shall be in the midst of the land among the people. So it's talking about the people in the land. There shall be what?
There shall be as the shaking of an olive tree.
That's the same parable that's right here in 2nd Ezra 16. All right, let me read it again. It says, For of a city there shall be 10 left, and 2 of a field, which shall hide themselves in thickets and thick groves in the cliffs of the rocks, as in the orchard of olives upon every tree, when there are 2 or 3 left. So it's talking about when you harvest olives, man. Because when you harvest olives, you shake the tree until all the olives fall off, and you only got a handful left. You know, that's what it's talking about. You can finish off.
Khan, he says, and as the gleaning grapes, when the vintage is done.
As the gleaning grapes, when the vintage is done. When you glean something, that means you cut it. So after the vintage is done, when you cut all the olives off the tree, that's what a city is going to look like a bare, naked tree. 2 or 3 people in a whole city, all right? And when you go into populations of city, population of Gary, Indiana, where we are here, GMS, Indiana, population of Gary is 81,000. So basically what the scriptures are saying, in this city is going to be left a handful of that 81,000, maybe 10, 11, 15, 20, 25. Right, that's 2 or 3 compared to an olive tree, because an olive tree has thousands of olives, thousands and thousands of olives, but it's left 2 or 3 when you after you vintage them.
Right, because like most of them people gonna be caught up in the famine. Some of them gonna be dying from the famine. Yep. Some of them gonna be dying from the Gurga troops that's gonna come and gather up Jake. You know what I'm saying, to take them to this concentration camps. A lot of them gonna be at the concentration camps, man.
That's right.
Being guillotined. Or firing squad, or whatever, however, way Esau gonna have it set up, you know what I'm saying, for you to be killed, man.
That's right. Let me finish this. That was it to that.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and finish this out. We can probably close up.
It
says, even so, in those days there shall be 3 or 4 left by them that search their houses with the sword. So he just said those Gergachu's, there shall be 3 or 4 left of them that search their houses with the sword, man. So they're not gonna be finding nobody, because they didn't kill them all off, It says, the virgins shall mourn, having no bridegroom. The women shall mourn, having no husbands. Their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers.
Right, because that goes back into that Isaiah 4:1. The women, they're gonna be looking for that protection.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying, for in that time.
That's right.
They're gonna remember. You know what I'm saying, the Israelites out there in the highways and the byways prophesying. And they're going to be looking for the men of the Lord, man, for that protection, man.
That's right. It's actually a scientific statistic that women outnumber men. It's actually proven scientifically.
Let me get that real quick and we can close up with that one, unless you got something else.
Yeah, while you getting there, let me get the last verse. It says, in the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine. All right?
Yep. And that's so crazy because I was meditating on that today earlier about that, man, because I was reading one particular scripture. Well, willing, I think it'll come to me. But this is Isaiah 4:1. He says, and in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. You know, and that's what these women going to be looking for, man. They're going to be looking for a man of the Lord, man, to be their covering. Because they're going to remember, man, the men of the Lord out there preaching and prophesying. Yeah. And they know they going to know that's the only way to salvation, man.
That's right.
Through the men of the Lord, man.
And another thing is they going to see that glow in us. And like, how they going to know y'all men of the Lord? Or was she going to see that everybody fucked up besides the men of the Lord?
Yep.
This dude, he got all his clothes. He got luggage on his back. He looked like he know what he's doing. I need to go with him.
Right. And what did the Lord say? He said, my servant shall eat.
That's right. He ain't skinny. He ain't looking all hungry and lumped over. He got energy to walk. I'm famished to the point of death.
He walking around with this big old sword.
Yeah.
You know,
Lord gonna man. Lord gonna give us that. When Jonathan ate of that honey, it said his countenance was changed, man. He said his countenance was enlightened. The Lord's gonna enlighten our countenance, man.
That's right, man.
He's gonna give us a sound mind in the midst of terror.
Right, because through the Spirit, we're gonna know how to deal with everything, man, that's going on. Because the Lord through the Spirit is already preparing us for these times to come, man. Yeah. We're gonna be calm. You know what I'm saying, when all this stuff is happening, man, because we're ready for it. The Lord is making us ready for it now. You know, I even had a dream about it, man. You know, I had a dream that all pandemonium hit, Jacob's trouble hit, man. And, bro, we was calm as shit, man, when it happened, man. We wasn't even worried about it because we was expecting it. You know, through the power and spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, he had already prepared us for it in the dream that I had, man. I was like, man, I woke up like, damn, man, the Lord is preparing us, you know what I'm saying, for this stuff that's going to come, man. You know, every time you preach this gospel, man, and meditate on it, you know what I'm saying, every time you fast, every time you praying, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is preparing you for it, man.
That's right, man.
Yep.
All right, with that, give all praises, glory, and honor to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai,
Ba'ashem,
Rakakadash,
Kankan. All right, double honor to the apostles and elders, a great millstone who rule well, and peace and salutations to every brother preaching the truth throughout the four corners of the earth with truth and sincerity in your hearts. Till next time, we'll say shalom.
Shalom, shalom.